Hello and welcome back to the daily number workout. Today we're working on the number 29. So let's start with, of course, the word form. So 29. Let's start off with our factors. So we know it's 1 and 29. Does 2 go into 29? Well, it ends with a 9 and that's odd. So this is an odd number. So write odd up there. So 2 doesn't go in. Does 3 go in? Well, 3 goes into 27 and 30. So it's in between. Does 4 go in? 4 goes into 28 and then 32. So no. 5 doesn't go in because it doesn't end with a 0 or a 5. 6 goes into 30. 7 goes into 35 or 28. 8 does not go in. 24 and then 32. 9 doesn't go in because we know, because 2 plus 9 is 11, and we know the digits have to add up to 9. That's our little trick to the trade. 10 doesn't go in because it doesn't end in a 0. 11 doesn't go in. 12 doesn't go in. It's 12, 24, 36. Nope. Basically, nothing else goes in. So when it's only 1 in itself as its factors, it is prime. So writing up here, prime. All right. So we know it's an odd number and that it's prime. Let's go for multiples. So this is the tricky part of our trade, especially when we get these bigger numbers like 29. So let me move this up and get out my scrap paper. So hopefully you have scrap paper to work with. So we know our first multiple of 29 is 29. So let's do 29 times 2. And this is great multiplication practice. 2 times 9 is 18. Drop the 8, carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So our next number is 58. Then we have 29 times 3. 3 times 9 is 27. Drop the 7, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. So 3 29s is, 87. Then we have 4 29s. 4 times 9 is 36. Drop the 6, carry the 3. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. 116 is our next one. We have 29 times 5. 5 times 9 is 45. Drop the 5, carry the 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 145. Then we have 29 times 6. 6 times 9 is 54. Drop the 4, carry the 5. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 5 is 17. 174. Then we have 29 times 7. 7 times 9 is 63. Drop the 3, carry the 6. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 6 is 20. So that's 203. Then we have 29 times 8. So hopefully you did all this work beforehand and you're just checking to see how you did. 8 times 9 is 72. Drop the 2, carry the 7. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 7 is 23. We're going to do 9 times 29. 9 times 9 is 81. Drop the 1, carry the 8. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 8 is 26. And of course, 10 times any number is the number with a 0, 290. So those are our 1 through 10 times 29. all laid out. So hopefully you checked your answers. Remember, if you get something wrong, don't erase. Just put a line through it and write the correct answer above it. Always changing it up, making it just right for you. No worries. This is play with numbers. We're just playing with our numbers, getting confident with our numbers, enjoying working with numbers. All right, so let me move this up so we can go on to our next category. So our next category is fractions, decimals, percents, and ratio. So you should have all those already written down, ready to go. So we're going to start off, of course, it's always out of 100 days of school. So we have 29 out of 100 days. If you're doing this for summer vacation, it's 29 out of 100 summer vacation days. All right, so we look up here at our factors and we say, does 29 go into 100 evenly? And it doesn't. We know 25 does because 4 quarters make $1. So makes 100 cents. So we cannot come with a lower fraction to make it the lowest term. This is in lowest terms. So we're just going to do our equal sign here. So our decimal would be 0 and 29 hundredths. Our percent would be 29%. Our ratios would be 29 to 100 or 29 decimal 100. It's separate. All right, let's write it out in words. Again, 29, it's at the top of your page, should be easy, 29 hundredths. And remember, when it's less than a whole number, it's a THS. We just said 29 hundredths. That would mean like we had $2,900, where this is just 29 cents. All right, let's do our decimal here, which would be 0 and 29 hundredths. All right, let's move on to dollars and cents. I'm just going to lay this here because I'm going to put my dollars and cents right here. We're going to make it $0.29. So we would write that out, $0 and 29 cents. So this goes down here from here. All right, let's move on to area and perimeter. Since we only have one factor pair for 29, 1 and 29, this is going to be a real quick area and perimeter and volume, that is. So let's draw our first one. And we're going to say it's 29 long by 1 wide or 1 deep. So our area would equal 29 times 1, which equals 29 square units. And this is considered two-dimensional. And the reason why it's two-dimensional is we're only multiplying 2 numbers. So that's just 2 different numbers. So 29 here and a 1 here as well. So perimeter would equal, if this was a perfect rectangle, it would be 29 plus 1 plus 29 plus 1, which equals 60 units. All right, let's stand this bad boy up. We have 1 wide by 29 tall. So now it's the same problem. We're just changing up which number is first and second, same square units. And our perimeter would be 1 plus 29 plus 1 plus 29, which equals 60 units. Same. All right, and there's no other factor pair, so there's no other way we can make 29 squares into a rectangle. So now we're going to take that into volume. Let's talk volume here. So our volume for this would be, let's go across and make our volume. So we're just drawing our cubical or triangular prism. If we have chart paper or grid paper, we're not actually going to use it in this way because it's going to get too big when we get to the bigger numbers. So we're going to say it's 29 wide by 1 deep by 1 tall. So that would be volume 29 times 1 times 1 equals 29. And this is cubic units. And that means it's 3-dimensional. Width times depth times height. All right, we're going to stand it up now. I'm going to come over here and stand it up. So now we're going to be a 1 by 1 by 29. So over here, let's just write it out. 1 by 1 by 29 equals 29 cubic units. And last but not least, we're going to make the one that's deep a 1 by 29 by 1 tall. So right here we write 1 by 29 by 1 equals 29 cubic units. And guess what? The number 29 is done. So our prime numbers are our easiest ones, not as challenging because we don't have as much to do for them. So hopefully you filled in your blanks or you got them all right. I will see you the next time for the number 30, the next time we meet. Bye-bye.